Welcome to another day in the life of a homeschool mum. I wanted to film a real day in the life for you guys because every day is never the same. We try to stick to our usual rhythm and flow, but this day in particular was actually quite random and unexpected, so I think it was actually a really good day to film for you guys. But if you're new here, hello, my name is Marissa. I live in Central Queensland, Australia, and I am a mum to 6 kids. I have 3 boys and 3 girls, and this is our homeschool day. After breakfast, or usually we start doing this during breakfast actually, but we always start with either a Bible reading, Bible story, or our catechism. So this was a Monday, which meant that we read our catechism for the day, and then instead of reading a chapter of the Bible, I just read the verses from my catechism book that are listed there. There are quite a few, so it works quite well. And then something that we have just started doing this term is picture study and artist study. So I did purchase the Whistler artist study pack from Simply Charlotte Mason, I think it was. So we are onto our second week and the kids are really enjoying this. We have done a few artist studies before. We have done Rembrandt, Monet, who was the other guy? We have done another artist. Now, I don't actually do artist studies all year round. I usually do it for about 2 out of 4 terms in the school year. And I like doing it this way because this is where I get to mix things up in the morning. Sometimes we will do our treehouse, schoolhouse, nature studies. Another term in the mornings we might do picture study like what we are doing now. And so I like changing things up a lot. After our picture study, we got into our scripture memory and we were learning quite a big verse this morning. So it's really incredible how much our kids can retain. I'm pretty sure my kids have memorized about 30 scriptures, and this is in the Old King James. A lot of them are quite long, and so yeah, kids just really surprise us, and they're capable of so much more than we think. Once we have wrapped up our morning time together, this is the time where the kids will get dressed, they'll make their beds and tidy their rooms, and then I get to run around and do those important chores for the day. So things like unpacking the dishwasher, making my bed. I usually vacuum all the bedrooms in the mornings as well, wipe down the bathroom sinks because my hubby does use the bathrooms in the morning and then he leaves. So I tidy all of that up. I will do some dishes that have been left out from the night before, and I also try to put away laundry. I am a put a load of laundry on every day kind of person. It works really well in our home. I do think when you have a larger family that laundry every day is kind of inevitable. It's definitely the easiest way to keep on top of things when you have, I would say, like 4 or more children. So I am actually going to show you guys a new health thing that I have been taking, and that is black seed oil. Guys, this stuff is disgusting. I did make my husband take it one night and he said that it tastes like clove oil. It does kinda, but it's not as bad tasting as what the review said it was online. But my gosh, guys, if you struggle with deep sleep, start taking black seed oil. When I say that you will sleep so deep, I mean it. It literally, like, I wake up feeling like I was dead. Like dead to the world. Anyways, if you do end up taking it, you will need to have a, what is it called? A chaser. You will need to have some sort of drink as a chaser if you don't want to vomit. So on this particular day, while I was doing our morning chores, I didn't realize that we had actually had a planned electricity maintenance scheduled for that day. I only found out when everything shut off in the house, and so we had to be flexible, as us homeschool mums always need to be, and change things up. So instead of staying inside, which was pretty much impossible because here in central Queensland it is disgustingly hot, we ended up packing everything up, getting ready to head out, and we went to our local cafe. The kids got to play with the toys there. It's a very family, child-friendly cafe at a local church just up the road from us. It's called Slow Lane, and the owner is really beautiful. It's just a really great place to go on a rainy day, or if you just want to put the kids in their little play area, that it is gated so that you can have a coffee and have a bit of a break. So that's exactly what we did. I did take my laptop along to do a bit of work, and funnily enough, I got to talking to the owner, and she needed more touch players for her touch team. So she did start a girls under 8s touch team, which just works so well because I was on the hunt for a sport for my girl. Our government does give out sports vouchers each year, and hers were about to expire in July. So thank the Lord I ran into this lovely Christian woman as well. And then this afternoon on this day, we actually ended up going to touch, and the girls played for the first time. So that was really cool. But when we got home, our electricity was back on, thank the Lord, and this is where we got into our heavy subjects. So my son is in year 2. He is using the Good and the Beautiful language arts curriculum. He doesn't love it, but I honestly don't think it's the curriculum. I think it's just his personality. He just, he's not a fan of bookwork, but he did go through that. He is such a trooper. It's not language arts, it's math. Sorry guys, we do start with math. I should have known that. We always start with math because in my opinion, it takes the most brain space and focus. And so I try to get it done in the mornings when the little kids are excited because they're ready to play. I do find at around lunchtime they start being bored and whingy and hungry. And so we try to get those heavy subjects out of the way in the morning. So that is what we did, and then here I am preparing for the girls' math time. So my son at this time, he is 3. He did start whinging and getting a bit fussy. When he gets tired, he tends to become like that. So he has got into the habit of asking for his letter sounds. We just use the Homeschool app from the Good and the Beautiful. If you go into their preschool section, they have songs that your kids can sing along to, teaching them the sounds and the letter names. So while he is doing that, I am working alongside my 2 girls. One of them is in year 1 and one of them is in kindergarten, and we are just doing our calendar skills. This is very hands-on and the kids love this. They are just cutting the days out and pasting it onto their calendars. So we do this for each of the months, and I'm hoping by the end of the year that they would know all of their numbers and how to write them, as well as the days of the week and the months of the year. And we didn't even have to do any book work. They were just able to do activities like that. And then we get into our word work, and this is super simple. I like doing this with both of the girls because it's such a quick, easy activity to do. Right now, we are working on our L word tree. So this is where we write different words that rhyme with the ending sound L. And this is just a really good phonetical awareness activity. For my older girl, I will get her to write out the words, but my 4-year-old is able to just run off and go play at that point. And then now the girls are playing, and this is where I get into language arts with my son. I do find I need to give him a break in between subjects. He's a boy. He just needs to have a break and run around and play for a bit in between each subject. And when I have multiple kids, it does work pretty well. Of course, I need to give him kisses to reward him. I did make him do a page in that, and then we are getting into our table time activities. So We always start our table time activity, or our table time invitation, I should say, with a read aloud. I do try to get the books locally from the library, but sometimes they just don't have the books that are recommended in the curriculum I use. So when that happens, I will just search for the book on YouTube, and the kids get to watch the book being read instead. It's nice and fun. They were laughing at this story because the lady was reading it so slowly and they thought it was hilarious. It was just a book about the letters and the alphabet. Now they are getting into a table time activity. So I guess this is more just like arts and crafts for the day, but there's a reason they are doing this. They are creating things, and the thing that I love about this is all my kids get involved. I do not make my son do any of the table time invitations, but he wants to do it, so he doesn't even realize he's doing school because it is literally part of the curriculum that I use. So they are just putting together some glasses, and I did cut them up a treat for them. The kids love this. It's actually super delicious and easy to make. Maybe one day I will share the recipe for that. But they got to decorate some glasses and color it in, and then we are going to go on a word hunt soon, which is pretty much the last thing that we did for our school day. So I will say that this day was pretty typical when it comes to how much work we ended up doing. Most days I do try to read some literature while the kids are eating lunch, but because we were out of the house for those 2.5 hours, we didn't end up doing that today, but that's okay. We still covered a lot of language arts and literature. And guys, if you are going to do this activity, my kids love this. This was definitely a hit for them. And I was really surprised that my 3-year-old was able to find so many letters and words around the house. So the kids are basically using their glasses to find the alphabet in the home. And it was really fun. Anytime things are really hands-on, and kids really, really enjoy it. And my son is 7, he turns 8 at the end of the year. So if you have kids who are 8 or under, hands-on activities is definitely the way to go. If you're new here and enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Download my free curriculum guide in the description box below if you are after new curriculum, guys, and I will see you guys next time.